Hi, in this video today we're going to be looking at this digital thermometer and finding out why it's not working. So this is a Braun Thermoscan and it's got fresh batteries in, and if I turn it on you can see that there's nothing happening here. Now I already know it's a bad contact on the batteries, so we're going to take it apart and see if it's easy to fix or do we have to solder it. Because if I take it apart here and wiggle these contacts, sometimes it will come to life. There you go, you can see it came on for a second there. So it's a bad contact with these ones at the back here. You can see it's coming and going when I wiggle them. But yet when we look at the actual contacts themselves, they are clean. So it's got no leakage or anything there. I can see that there's a little Torx screw here. Let's undo that. And it is a Torx 9. Just jumping in from the future, I appreciate not everybody's going to have Torx bits. You may get away with using a little flathead like this. If you have a look when I put it in here, I can still undo it. It's not as good, but it will still work. Right, let's continue on with the video. So it looks like it might clip from here. This and this is one part, and this is another part here. So let's see if we can unclip from here. There we go. Now, see if it unclips from the back here. Yeah, there and here. Okay, so it's actually quite easy to take apart. Right, well, there we go. So the problem is going to be, in fact, I can see what the problem is. Let's zoom in and I'll show you. So luckily they're not soldered in, and can you see this is the problem here? It's just worn away here, or it might be a little bit of corrosion, and this is pressure fit down onto it. So what you could do is you could just move these down ever so slightly, but I think the problem we've got is with this contact here. So let's give it a little scrape back and see if it's corrosion or has it physically worn away. So it actually looks like it might have been arcing just a tiny little bit here. I can also see a tiny bit of black here. You can see the two prongs here and the two prongs here. So we're going to just get a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, give it a clean, but even with the scrape in there, I don't think it's really going to come away very much. But what we can do is we can just move these out ever so slightly, or move them down a little bit more, and then hopefully it will make a fresh contact on here because we have quite a big area to play with. So I'm just going to give it a clean with 99.9% isopropyl alcohol, and it will just evaporate off. It won't cause any damage to anything. So looking closely, when I scrape it with the tweezers, it does look like the black marks. It does look like there's copper underneath. So I think the corrosion, I think it's just sat on top. It does look like arcing, but I can't see how something with such low voltage would be arcing. But I think using this will hopefully give it a good clean. And I'm just going to use the tweezers to scrape it. Right, I think that will probably do it. So I'm just on continuity on my meter. I just want to see if I go here and here, if it's going to be working everywhere. So that's all working fine. And that's all working fine. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you wanted to do a better job, maybe you could put a new little bit of copper on here and then solder it up to here, and then the prongs will be going down onto the copper, which in turn then is going on here. But in this instance here, it's just a quick video just to see what the problem was, and just a quick fix that most people can do at home. Also, it would be worth looking at these here. I'm going to give these a little clean, and just in case they are got any like residue on them. I think that'll be fine, and I'm just going to push them down just a little bit without breaking them, just to make sure they're making a good contact. Hopefully now, even by doing this, they might be going on to a slight different part of the contact. So I'm just going to let that dry for a few minutes just to get the isopropyl alcohol evaporated, and then we'll put it all back together and it should be working. Right, that's all dry now, so we're just going to pop this back on. So I'm just going to clip it from this top bit first. There's a little tab that just goes in here. So there, clip that in there. Oh, that's nice and satisfying. Right, let's do up the screw. And that is it all back together. Let's put the batteries in, give it a good wiggle, make sure it's working. Here you go, comes on straight away. And I'm moving the batteries around, move these around, and I can see now that it's not going off anymore. Right, let's see if it's actually going to give a reading. There we go, reading off 36.7. So it's all working again. So if that's happened to yours, it's probably going to be a similar thing where the pressure going down on it has just caused a bit of corrosion or oxidation or slight sparking. So hopefully you'll be able to get yours working as well. Thanks for watching.